Okay. We're waiting for everybody to get on here. All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Tony Pellegrino, and welcome to this edition of Tech Talk. It is September 28th, and I've got a special guest, Dave Cole, Mr. King of the Hammers, friend of mine, business colleague, right? Like lots of stuff. We've known each other for at least 20 years.
Yep.
And they're checking audio and stuff, I see. Looks like we're doing okay. We are here to talk about a lot of stuff tonight. And both Dave and I raced the PCI 300 last Saturday. So we were going to talk a little bit about that. Dave's got some special new information about KOH 2023 that I'm sure everybody will be interested in.
I just called Shannon Welch and told her that we were going to break the internet.
Nice. Okay, good.
Have fun with that.
That's awesome. So, yeah, we're here to talk about it as usual. We welcome questions and comments on both Facebook and YouTube, so you guys just type them in. And I've got a couple people here to read those off to us. So give us as much information if you're talking about a vehicle so we can best answer the question. Dave also is a plethora of information when it comes to vehicles.
Cornucopia.
So between the two of us, we probably can come up with an answer.
Okay.
Because we've
Like
definitely
about cars themselves?
Yeah, like obviously you have side-by-side information on top of what I know.
Sure.
And then you were primarily a Toyota guy way back in the day.
I was a Toyota guy, so I will field all of the Toyota questions.
Yeah, no problem at all. So
yes.
I'm not sure how many Toyota guys we have out there that'll be watching, but
Well, we can convert them. Isn't that what I'm here to do? No. You have a wide-ranging product supply of Toyota parts, don't you? Okay, sorry.
So, one of the things that I wanted to talk about with everybody is, this is the same Jeep that I raced King of the Hammers a few years back. And without any prep or anything, we just went out and raced the PCI 300. So just again, another example of how our off-the-shelf parts can go, do this stuff for you.
It was a brutal course. That Joker lane was, 8 miles, 7 miles of our KOH course.
Yes.
Not KOH rock, but more than most desert guys want to be on.
Yeah,
it was pretty gnarly.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. To me, I was right at home, so that was cool. So as usual, why don't we talk about that a little bit first while we're waiting for more people to get on. I know you had a great race. You were leading it and just.
I had fun. It was a last-minute decision. We ended up throwing Chris Lundy from Take It Live. They're the company that has literally been all our live show before actually the last bit of it before it goes out. Not the last bit. All the work part of taking all those cameras, turning it into a show, flipping it, and pushing it out the door is actually a company we use called Take It Live. They are absolutely rad. Have been doing it since the very beginning. Chris Lundy's. Him and his brother founded it, and I believe they founded it. And they threw an onboard camera in for me last second, took the best of all the newest technology we had, and last second, we just did it, and we were able to go around the entire course showing live.
I know some of my friends said it was awesome. I didn't get to see it, but it was awesome.
I've seen a few minutes of it. It was pretty cool. The course was awesome. The event was awesome. I love what Moore does. Cody Jeffers. All their their course workers, the way they do their events.
Course was well marked.
Yeah. The course was safe. I had never had a problem with somebody on course.
Yeah.
So that's good on the spectators as well for respecting that and letting the people do the things.
Yeah.
It was rad. I mean, the pits were all of soggy dry lake bed.
I know. It was long.
Yeah.
I couldn't even find my pit.
Yeah. No, I guess when I signed up for the race in December too. That I didn't realize I was signing up for, but I would have signed up anyway because I'm going to go back and race his races.
It was cool.
It was a lot of fun.
It was cool.
Yeah. If you need to put miles in the desert to test your car, there is literally no better way to do that than race a Moore race because. As much as we want to try to flip our courses around, there's only so much dirt, so you're going to end up on some course that you're going to end up racing on.
Yeah, I mean, it came all the way over here.
We raced right by back door.
Yeah.
Directly past back door. It was cool.
It was cool. Yeah. It was nice to see some familiar courses we were going along.
Yeah, no, it was,
So I enjoyed it. Let's talk about, I was going to mention that too, because I know I've got a lot of my Jeep friends that would love to race, and that would have been a great, even if they just went a lap or two, they would have some great experience.
Yeah.
So, and it's fairly low key. I mean, their tech wasn't nearly what KOH tech is. You know, it was pretty easy, I would say.
Right.
So for a beginner guy, that's nice. You know, they're not having to buy brand new stuff and, you know, stay up on all that stuff. So it wasn't too bad.
No, I mean, it's current helmets and current fire suits, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it was.
So-
they were definitely doing everything they could to get you on the course, but it was a safe
It reminded me of when I raced dirt bikes, you know, some of the enduros and stuff that I used to do. It was more family oriented, kind of seemed
Absolutely.
like. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a family run event.
It was cool.
It's absolutely
Yeah.
cool.
So for me, you know, the start was pretty nice. You know, you roll across that road and you take off and you get into the whoop-de-doos and you're going for a while. The laps actually went by faster than I expected. I think we were doing it in like just over an hour, so it wasn't too bad. I don't know, did you check what your lap times were? You were probably under an hour.
I was at an hour and 5, I think.
Okay.
Right around an hour and 5.
So I was like an hour 20.
Yeah,
So.
I went. I didn't take. So I did the first lap. I started 74th on the road. I think that was behind 72 Class 16 cars. It was like driving through the coolest vintage race. And it's not. Some of them are brand new cars and they're rad, but they're all VW powered. So you got that wang, wang, wang.
Yeah.
But I was in my own little wang, 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 this thing going along, and I mean by like lap 25, like mile 25, where the split was, had passed like 5 or 6 of them, and I was in just dumb dust. Like I was driving through a pit by Braille, just like
Yeah, you're like in the groove, right?
I put it in reverse in the middle of the pits to try to be able to get through the dust. It was raw. So I got to the split, I looked to the right, and it was more dust. And I looked to the left, and it was like, oh, and I just turned left and went. And when I came back around the finish, I'd passed 40 cars. And
So the split you're talking about was for the Joker lane. That was the.
I crossed the start finish line like in I think 20th on the road or something.
Yeah. So we were required to do that one lap. I did it more than one lap because it was actually better for me.
Yeah, but they told us we couldn't do that, Tony. But you know, you are a racer person if you just didn't follow the rules.
It's cool. I didn't see many people out there. Actually, I helped one guy, so I was doing everybody a favor.
Even the one that asked the question if he could do it multiple times during the drivers' meeting on Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah. And they told him no. No. The answer is no. If they put a billboard above it that said, Tony, this means you, don't come back, he would assume it was a different Tony.
Yeah, I would.
Sorry. That's not directed at you. It's really directed at all drivers. Yeah. Of which I was one last weekend, and I'm sure I was an idiot too. In fact, I was. I know when I was an idiot. I was an idiot when I came in and there was a bunch of people going like this, and they were trying to slow me down, and I was under control of the car, and I certainly wasn't going to hit anybody. But I thought they were just because of the thing out, but they were doing that because the dude had just rolled right into the bottom. He was off the race course and he was safe. But I'm like, get out of the way.
Yeah.
But it was all good.
I know.
So,
I came across a few of those too, where people were upside
helmet
down.
on.
I'm like, I see you. Don't worry. I'm going around. And I was very careful not to like roost them and stuff. I mean, you know, I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me.
No.
So, yeah. It was.
You can roost people in that? Is that a thing? It's like mud. You're talking about mud?
No,
Or?
the dirt out there.
Really?
Yeah. Just drop a gear and
Really?
give it to them. Yeah.
I can't in this.
No?
No.
Oh, man.
My top speed is 65 miles an hour.
Yeah, if you look at the tires, they're pretty rounded out from getting blown off.
I think I averaged, well, I must have averaged, around 52 miles an hour average speed, and my max speed was 65.
Yeah, mine with max was like 90, so it was cool. Some of those spots, I know you could have gone faster for sure. I mean, just that was maxed out, Yeah, because there were some open stretches there for sure. And it was hot. I don't know, I ended up on my second lap kind of driving by temperatures, a couple of things. So I know that's one of those things, you know, don't overdo it, right? Keep the machine alive.
Yep.
So the only other thing I was going to say that I know you'll want to talk about too was the Silt. When I hit the Silt, man, it was a total whiteout.
So I think I had like Shannon Campbell syndrome going on with this because the car you're sitting way up on the front axle. I never, even when I raced the 1,000 in this, if I was the one making the silt, I didn't see any silt.
Really?
It comes like just behind the cabin.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
So, and I've been in cars where it just comes up and over and you're done.
Yeah.
But on that silt, I drove through that, 5 or 6 times, pre-running and everything else, and never.
Yeah. Was anybody stuck in it when you went through?
Not that I
saw.
Not that I was paying attention to.
Yeah, there were plenty stuck when I came through.
But I was taking some creative lines because they just take creative lines.
Yeah,
so
they did. They were like, once you pass that road, wherever you want to go.
Near the silt.
Yeah, that's good. I think our first lap, Jeff, didn't you have your visor open?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got shot real quick.
Weren't one of you guys in the Volkswagen?
Jordan was. Jordan.
Because do you have the onboard of me passing the two of them where I split them between them at the same time off that 3-foot jump into the wash?
Really?
All of that, that's real footage, and I have front and back of it. And I
That's
put between
cool.
the two bugs as we dropped off into a wash.
That's cool.
One of them was Jordan?
I think so. There was only 2 bugs. So
Cool. That's
the gray
cool
one,
finish.
right? The gray one.
Yeah, it's like dark gray. Yeah.
Yeah, they were. I passed those guys twice, and they were together like nose to tail, just like bugs do. They gravitate towards each other. I think they go fast like a draft. It's a draft.
Yeah, they're drafting.
Drafting.
Lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. It is a lifestyle. It's kind of like racing quads.
Oh man. Yeah, I know on our lap there were people stuck in there. They were waving us around. I mean, it was crazy getting through there. And then coming through in the dark, because I remember my races in the afternoon, so the last lap was in the dark. I was like, oh man, combination not good. Because then the lights just lighted up, you know.
Yep.
So it was cool though. It was cool. Any questions so far?
We do have one question. First, Yukon Gear and Axel says, Bailey says, hi, Dad.
Nice.
That kid.
Nice.
And
Can't
we have a
shake
question
'em.
from YouTube. Is KOH open to anyone to race or just commercially sponsored race teams?
Wow. It's open to anyone to race at all. It always has been. I'll give you whoever asked that, I'll give you my cell number right now, and you can call me after this or find my cell number on our website and give me a call, and we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
Commercially sponsored
Okay,
races.
so maybe we should dispel some stuff. There's different classes.
There's lots of different classes, yeah.
Stock class being like an entry level class. There's a UTV class. So yeah, you don't have to have big budgets, and you do have to have the safety equipment. That's not cheap.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
I mean,
people can
anybody. The entry fees are
reasonable.
I don't know if that's where the question was going or if it was. Well, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'll give you something new that I didn't even put on my thing. Here's something that'll start the breakage part.
Sure.
Every person racing King of the Hammers this year is going to be licensed by USAC. Now, when I say licensed, I do not exactly know what that's going to look like. That might be show me that you raced before, show me that you can stand up straight. I don't know what that process might look like this year, but we have to start someplace, and the place we're starting with is you have to be a competent professional driver. And to their point about commercially sponsored, I don't care who you're sponsored by, but professionally acting, yeah, I do care about that.
Yeah, sportsmanlike.
And so,
yeah.
So that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Starting next year, you'll be licensed, and I will go ahead and say this now too, just so we can so everybody knows where I'm coming from. There's going to be 3 different licenses. One, if you're racing an EV car, you have to have that thing because there's special EV safety that's going to go into racing that EV car. There's going to be a regular competition license, and there's going to be an unlimited license. The unlimited license is going to be required to race 4,400 cars and trophy trucks. T1s, they're not trophy trucks.
Right.
I can't say that.
Right.
They're T1s. They're trucks, the unlimited trucks of desert racing, whatever that looks like, is the fastest guys are going to be required to have an unlimited license, which is going to be a different level of licensing.
And I'll say I agree. Like that it should be, right? Like it's an aggressive class. So yeah, it's good.
I've been thinking a lot about, because we're very close to being able to put onboard cameras on every car all the time, like very close.
Wow.
And at that point, if we're going to be able to start showing the world what we do at an extraordinarily extreme level, right? Driving a car 120 miles an hour through the desert, or driving it up 8-foot rocks, or driving it near people in any way, or just wheel to wheel at speed is all extreme. You could wreck a UTV at 30 miles an hour and kill people if you just wheel to wheel. They want to hop, right? So if you want to race and you want to be able to share that experience with the world through the technology we're going to be able to provide, we're going to have to make sure you're going to represent that the right way. And we're also not going to hurt people.
Right.
Because what the whole intent is to promote this culture. And the first thing that'll kill this culture is making that type of event happen, and then even worse, bringing it into people's living rooms.
And looking irresponsible. Yeah.
Being irresponsible.
Yeah.
It doesn't,
Yeah.
be responsible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
the first thing, but I got a lot more to talk about later, but go ahead. Thanks for the first question.
Yeah, certainly, definitely the idea is to get people in at an early level and let you advance up through the classes. So I know if your intention is to step into 4,400, that's a pretty tall order from 0 to 4,400.
4,400 is the only race that you have to be qualified to race in, if that was a question, but it has nothing to do with sponsorship either. They
That's
race
right.
the Ultra 4 USA series.
Yep.
Or pre-qualified in different ways, or they qualified into the LCQ.
Yes.
So,
And that's a pretty big gamble. That's always been that way, the LCQ.
Yep.
And you got to put a lot on the line and risk a lot with your car a couple days before the race. So that's the way it's always been.
Yeah.
So any more questions right now?
yep.
We're caught up right now.
Okay, I was gonna, before we jump on to that stuff, I did want to mention, I don't even know how long I've been running these tires. They're pretty beat up, but they did hold up really well. And you know, I've got the Fox shocks on here, and that worked out really good. I added a little bit of nitrogen at one of the pit stops, and that seemed to take care of the bottoming problem. So we've been putting that Jeep through the paces for a lot of years. So for those of you that follow that or have seen it around, or even gotten a ride, you know, at some of the different events over the years.
Terremoto.
That is Terremoto. Yeah, that's our Terremoto JK. So
That was a rough course to go around in.
that was a rough
Rad.
one. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, solid axle. People actually were cheering us on, like, woohoo, solid axle. Yeah, so that was pretty fun.
Right on.
So, okay. If we don't have any other questions, we're going to jump into the announcements that Dave has about KOH 2023. So take it away, big guy.
Well, we've decided, like literally like a half hour ago, we're just gonna. So, backing up, some people may have been getting some emails. Some people, very few actually, about what we're doing with the fact that we're not even going to have spectators next year. We're going to have participants. If you're here, we're not even using the word spectator anymore. It's a participant.
Interesting.
My view on it, that 75% of King of the Hammers, it has nothing to do with racing. It has to do with the culture that's here, and that culture is provided by the people that are coming. And that's created by those guys. And the people that show up anytime, like in the future from now, right? I got to credit, I'm going to credit Shannon again for concept of creators and consumers. And from my view, anybody that's heard of, been to, done anything about, even thought about King of the Hammers in the past 17 years has created it at some level. And everybody that's going to enjoy it for the next 17 years is consuming it. And the people that are creating it need to be recognized as that. And the people that are consuming it need to be recognized as that, as well as having a steeper price to pay to enter. I believe that, I look at what Burning Man charges to go there as a person going to Burning Man, and it's like $2,000 or whatever
It's
it is.
expensive.
I don't see why the spectator that wants to get the super VIP treatment to come to King of the Hammers can pay that, but I think the person racing it should not be paying at all to come. I don't think you should be paying to race this race. And I don't think if you're one of when I see the OG 50,000 or whatever, the spectators that have made us what we are, I don't think you should be paying a lot to come. Like, it's a little bit, but we're bringing a lot of services.
Yeah,
that we
it'd
gotta
be like
figure
the
out.
football player playing to play the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah. And I'm not saying we're charging $2,000 for King of the Hammers. Not even close. We're charging $50 to come to King of the Hammers. It's not even changing. But we're trying to do everything we can to flip the scales so we can get money back into the pockets of the racers, so the racers can keep racing, and the people that are really tangibly making the show aren't really out of pocket, and the people that are coming because they want to see a rock band or they want to see this cool red car or cool yellow car they just saw on the TV show, cool. Or they're sitting home on pay-per-view at home, cool. So
Nice.
cool.
That's great.
So, but on that note, we're going to do some things. We finally got through all our data, and we know who basically owns every car number. And we really tried. I tried. There's lots of different. I did a couple different interviews and a couple different statements about doing NFT type stuff. I'm not able to do it. I'm not able to do it, and I haven't figured out how. Like I don't know. I don't even know how much of that is even real. But I tried really hard, and we ended up with the fact that we're still in the same place. We know who owns the number, right? I'm going to make numbers up out of my head. I believe Jordan's like 97.
98.
98.
Yep.
Right? I can't, you're 99.
44, 85.
85. Yep. So sometimes I remember, but the 4485 is your number, right? No one's racing since you, I don't think, right? So Cynthia's gone through all the data, normalized it all, and we can see like if there happened to be a number 5 before Shannon, which there wasn't, it would show who that person was, and then in Shannon, and Shannon's number 5, and we're giving that to him. We give it to you, and that's your number. It's your ownership. And if you want to, that's what we tie your tech fee to. If you want to keep racing it, cool. But if somebody wants to come along and be 4485, they have to buy it from you. It's your property.
Interesting.
I'm giving it to you. You earned it. So cool. When we run out of numbers, we only have 9,999 numbers. Of course, we've only used like 950 of them so far. But when we run out of those numbers, and it's every class you've ever been here. If you raced in UTV class, or if you raced whatever number we have tied to you is the number that's yours. And if somebody wants to be 67 or number 5, or Bailey's on there watching right now. He needs to know he's going to end up in a knife fight or probably a gunfight with JT, and he's going to die. But I mean, all over a number. I mean, so. Kidding. But that all is going to happen in the next, that concept or that pushing out to the drivers of this is your number, this is how you claim your number.
Your identity, like a NASCAR driver.
Yeah, this is you.
Yeah.
Once we send that out, and there's going to be a couple, like we do have the JTs and the Baileys, or there's a lot of people that race on the same number back and forth. It was a little bit gut wrenching, but going through the process and seeing Terry and Jesse racing back and forth in the numbers,
right,
and the interchangeability of that,
right.
And then you also see the cool stuff when you know why Bailey wasn't racing in the car then. She was having a baby. I mean, there's really there's cool stuff and there's rough stuff.
Right.
So,
right.
On that note, Gary Faravani, 44, Zedney Willems, 24. Those numbers are done. They're retired.
Cool.
So. Cool. And that's what I got on numbers. I got more stuff though.
Okay, keep going. Any questions so far? Are we doing okay?
We're doing okay. Let's give Peter Doolan a shout out for joining us from Austria at 2 a.m.
Oh, nice. All right, keep going.
All right, so registration is going to open sometime between Wednesday. Everything's going to start between sometime Wednesday and Friday next week. It's as fast as we can get the technical side and the website stuff up and running.
But it's that time of year.
Registration will open. And I'm not trying to get more money out of your pocket earlier, but I'm doing some things different. If you're a registered driver, and this is the reason why I haven't gone public with the ticket sales, and circle back to the reason why we've only told I don't know what it is, 5,000 some odd email addresses to buy tickets, is because we figured out about 2 weeks ago that we wanted the drivers to be able to make money off buying tickets to King of the Hammers. And we want the drivers to be able to have opportunity to sell merchandise out of King of the Hammers. And we're trying to figure out a way to put as much money as we can back. And that kind of made us pause and kind of rejigger the stuff that we're figuring out and trying to make it work. But what it ended up with is a $50 ticket right now. So what the user experience will be next Wednesday to Friday-ish, whenever that happens. I'm literally telling you, don't buy tickets from me right now. Because next week, you're going to have a drop down after you bought your ticket, and it's going to let you affiliate with a racer. And you get to pick one, just one. But if you pick any racer that's already registered, $10 that ticket goes directly to directly, at the end of the month. Lujan does all the stuff. We take the tickets tied to that affiliate, show the data, pay the number back. But we're having that audited third party, so it's not going to anybody that's questioning that. We got that covered for sure. don't think that's going to be questioned very much. But yeah, that's what we're doing. You get $10 back from every ticket you sell. So go sell tickets. We're capping the tickets at 80,000. The tickets are transferable, so you own the ticket and it's registered to that person's name. And when I run out of tickets to sell, whether it's this year, next year, or the year after, I'm not selling 80,001. I'm not selling more tickets. If we don't sell that many this year, the most we've ever sold is 39,624, and that was last year. There's usually about 80,000 people here because about half of them go around the gate. The gate, but that's fine. I don't care if they do it this year. This is where we're at. I'm gonna keep driving the value up to the point that it's the easiest $50 to spend, and then we're gonna reward all the people that know about it and keep it at $50, and then keep raising the value. And for the people that want to come for the new concerts in 5 years or this or that or anything else we can grab it to, they'll be paying $500. And everybody that knows and is hearing this about right now, if you're listening to Tony Pellegrino on this podcast right now, you already know a lot about King of the Hammers. Therefore, you should never pay more than what you've already done. The person that shows up in 10 years should.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem with that because we've been working our butts off for a long time to get to nowhere, but we've all done it. You've done it. This is the reason why we decided to go public with this so early right now on your show. We came out and we talked about it on Sunday after the race.
Yeah.
And the concept of, there's a thing about, like, there's the OG guys and the guys that have been around and how we do it. So actually, I'm going to spin to the next thing on that note right now. If you affiliated with the driver grade, you got $10. Unlimited number, you can buy a KOH competitor shirt.
Yeah.
It'll be a very, very subliminal KOH on the front, and the back will be completely designed by the competitor.
Yep.
You can buy as many as you want. They're $35, and the driver's going to put $15 of that net. That's after it's shipped to the fan. I'm being completely transparent. The driver gets $15. It costs like $17.50 to put it in that person's house between printing, shipping, and handling.
Yep.
And I think there's $9 left over on our side of the table.
Yeah.
And 15 to the driver, and that will be shipped out before Christmas if you order by November 30th, I think is what Roxy said.
That is really cool.
It'll show up and you could actually have KOH merchandise with your favorite driver on their back, and the driver's putting $15 in their pocket. And I
know as a driver, it's pretty cool to see somebody wearing one of your shirts.
So what actually, the reason why this solved another problem for us. This goes directly to you, Tony. One of our biggest brouhahas or beefs was when you started making KOH shirts.
Yeah.
And it was like, damn, it's the only way I make money. I got to figure, we're hawking 8,000 t-shirts in a week, and it's like, that's the only reason we're, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, you can't do that anymore. And we got into it, back and forth, and we had a whole bunch on it, right?
Yeah.
Now check this out. The only way, and there's going to be a few of my sponsors I'm going to have to deal with, right? Like when I'm going to say this right now. But the only way that you're going to be able to put, like say King Shocks wants to make, or Yukon Gear and Axle, or GenRight, or any of the people that are in our family want to make a Yukon Gear and Axle event shirt, it has to be tied to a racer. It doesn't have to be designed around that racer. It can be Yukon Gear and Axle on the back of the thing, but it's got to be tied to Dwayne Garrison. That he's the Yukon Gear and Axle driver that shirt's tied to. So that $15 is going to Dwayne. Yukon's getting their value out of it. The money's getting driven back to the racers no matter what.
That's cool.
And so the racers can have as many versions of their shirt as they want. We'll print them all, but we're only going to print them until November, and we're going to see what this demand looks like. We've never done this before.
Sure.
So even if only 5 shirts get printed, we'll do it.
Yeah.
But if 5,000 shirts get printed, we'll do it.
Right. And actually, timing's good. That's an inexpensive, cool Christmas gift.
Yeah.
That's unique.
And if someone buys a $50 ticket for King of the Hammers and a T-shirt of you're putting $25 in your pocket.
Right. That's pretty cool.
So
that's pretty cool.
I'm hoping that's going to work.
Because it seems like the money just flows out when you're a racer. It disappears quick.
A couple more things. It's all at the same time. When we start next week, the vendor portal will open. We made a new vendor portal last year for the people that fill the vendor row. It became really easy to manage it. And this year we're going to add some functionality to that vendor process once you're a registered vendor. you'll be able to add product like the first round of tires that we did. So we already gave a set away, Nitto grapplers away. And you have a chance in the raffle based upon the length of the dates you had since you bought tickets. So I have got to talk to that accountant that's managing the raffle part, because there's an accountant doing that part. But we'll show the rules up. It'll be this. And so the people that bought into this stuff a month and a half ago, or the people that buy today, or the people that buy tomorrow, are going to have more opportunity than the people that are buying on January 15th. Then the raffle will end, and you'll cut your ticket, so it's actually going to be almost like a dash plaque. That Cody Wagner's, the first ones are being cut right now.
Nice.
So Cody, it's like a dash plaque, and that's your ticket to come in. It's also tied to you with the standard paper trail stuff. And then, what was I going with that? There was something more there. Oh, the vendor portal, the raffle ticket. If you win a raffle, we're going to be doing raffle prizes between now and King of the Hammers.
Okay.
Some big ones, like 74 Welds is putting portals on a brand new Jeep.
Wow.
We're working on getting the Jeep too. That's a stretch for me. But the Quinn has already stepped up. So someone with
that's like 25 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what we're going to work with tires and wheels, and which I'm sure would be Method and Nitto coming from our family.
Okay, so this is for people coming to participate, the spectator, right? Previous spectator that would be getting these, not the drivers, not the racers.
No, racers don't buy spectator tickets. If you want to buy a spectator ticket, you can, but you don't need to.
Okay.
I'll figure out a way that a driver gets in the raffle. I don't care.
No, it's not for the drivers.
Participants.
Yeah.
Participants. So yes, that's how they do it, and that's how we do it. And then when you show up at the race, you'll get your prize from that vendor on site with an in-person engagement. So if you win an ARB fridge from ARB,
you better be prepared to take it home.
Take it home with you.
Yeah, nice.
If you win a Can-Am, if you win a Bronco,
drive the heck out of it.
Yeah, I absolutely guarantee there'll be someone picking up a Can-Am here on the lake bed for this raffle.
That's cool.
So
that would make one heck of a KOH.
That's the big stuff. I mean,
anything about the course or like?
It's out there.
We got a great view of it right here. We just saw lightning.
Look at that rainstorm.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
But then the.
Oh, Jeff's got a question. What do you got, Jeff?
I do have some more, but
okay.
Go ahead. I do have like event stuff.
Okay.
Like going to the races.
Open to what you just talked about.
Okay, go ahead.
How does the money to the driver work with KOH for life ticket holders?
How does somebody know about KOH for life ticket holders? I have not even I've never said that to anybody at all outside of our team.
Maybe it is one of the team asking the question.
Okay.
It's Jerome Balky asking about this.
Okay, so check it out. I don't know who Jerome is.
He's a GenRight customer, Jeep guy.
Okay, well, so, whoa.
I don't even know about this, so this is news to me.
Does Jerome still have cameras in here? So, this gets really deep really quick, Jerome, but here it goes. The concept would be, I'm really concerned that insurance is going to be a thing. Like, some people that we all know, people that we all work with are already having problems getting insurance. Fortunately, I'll be okay for at least another 3 years. We're fine. But I believe that insurance will be just like environmentalism was when we first started. We had that war to be able to stake our ground, to be able to prove that we could do this respectably, right? We need to do the same for insurance. But I don't believe that we're going to get there on our own. So what I planned on doing is taking as this order of you buying tickets. So ticket prices for King of the Hammers are $50 now. In December, they go to $75, and then $100 in January. And so we're trying to tell every single person that's ever heard about King of the Hammers between now and December, so they get their $50 deal. Anybody that had the 25 for life guys, what they're talking about. Whoops. I started talking about a whole other thing on 125 for life. Well, Jerome, you got me. Here it goes. The idea would be is that we're going to, after we identify everybody that wants to be a ticket holder here, you can buy your ticket for 10 times that value. So 10 times 25, 10 times 50, 10 times 100. And you own your ticket for life, but then I'm not spending any of that cash. That should net us about $32 million that we will 100% manage by another business. That is going to I want to build an insurance collective so we can write the book of insurance for motorsports so we don't lose this culture. Oh. Because I believe that is a problem.
So that's how you
And I believe
self-insure.
the only way we're going to get, I'm never going to have the money to do it. I don't have remotely that kind of ability. The only way, and anybody that does isn't going to take their personal fortune and put it into that. But if we as a collective, the risk is driven by the spectators, the participants, hence the change, right?
Yeah.
The risk is driven by them. Our insurance is going to drive us out of this by participants. So how do we take that, leverage that, and turn it into something that's actually going to be long-term gain? You buy a ticket, you subscribe for, you're basically a lifetime ticket. That's your property. You want to sell it later, you can sell it later. It goes back to the 80,000 ticket thing. None of this lifetime stuff, we were ready to launch right now. So I'm telling you this now because I thought someone just asked you a question that, well, you're talking about $25 for life, and I just dumped all of it on you. Congratulations, Jerome. If you're 25 for life ticket holder for those guys and girls that bought them years ago, when your email address is on file, when you log in, it recognizes your email and you should automatically get the $25. If you don't, call Roxy, but only between the hours of midnight and 4 a.m.
Good stuff.
Are the team shirts you're talking about going to be available in 5X?
Any size you want.
Nice.
I would assume, I know we make 5X now, so what we did was RDP made a kind of a neutral, like almost neutral-ish, rather subdued KOH logo for the front, and then the back there's 2 different color blanks, and the team can either submit their own artwork or pay our t-shirt guy, Rick, I think it's $100, and you get your print-ready artwork done just by giving him clips, and he'll do it for you. There's no fee past that, there's no setup fees past that, there's nothing. It's just go.
That's awesome.
And
as a driver, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, so you're going to start getting net $15 on every shirt you sell, which I don't think drivers are very much leveraged to break on their own. I don't think you can make that much money trying to sell it as one-off. You would have to be heavy into t-shirts to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So we're going to leverage our buying.
Jamie and I were talking about that. It's like, how do you, even though we make a bunch of shirts, we still don't make $15 on them.
I know, I'm leveraging all my buying power, all my distribution, everything we have.
Yes.
So we can get that as carved out as we can to be able to get it back to you guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. As a driver, thank you. That's a cool thing. Yeah.
So like back when I said before, when we started with the net that you shouldn't pay to race here, compete here, I can't do it for free. But I can find a way that you have enough earning power to be able to make it happen for free. The guy that's going to race short course for $300, 30 tickets. 30 tickets and you are net 0 for entry fee.
Right.
300 tickets and you paid for your fuel and your food.
Right.
And I know it's just a start. I know it seems like pennies, but
it helps. Everything helps.
We'll try. See what happens.
Yeah. Cool. Any more questions?
One more. If you buy 5 different shirts, can we choose 5 different racers?
Yes. And 5 different sizes.
Nice. That's cool.
We have a lot of people saying they were going to buy a ticket and pick Jordan.
Nice.
Rad.
Nice. I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
We joked about this, and I'll joke about it right now in front of Jordan's family and friends. The concept that a Pellegrino would register before February. Lujan is home laughing right now.
I'm sure.
So now I'm pretty sure that Jordan will register faster.
Yes. Yes.
So there is that.
We were talking about that on the way here.
Yeah. So, all right. What other stuff did you?
I was going to tell, but we're bringing motos back.
Oh.
And
I just saw the email about that. That's
we're going to
awesome.
actually do it the weekend prior. So you know how we've opened the gate up now 2 Thursdays early? We're still opening the gate at the same time. Motos will happen. Then we'll have like a week off, which I'm hoping everybody leaves so we can still have that week off. And then we'll start back with the regular King of the Hammers event. And that way we don't have the confluence of bikes and cars, so we can do it more safely. I can use that weekend as a test run for all my network and make sure the live show's running.
Yeah.
And that way we have time to troubleshoot and do those things. It should work out pretty well.
That's good.
It'll be we're expecting an abbreviated vendor show, but it seemed like half of our vendors indicated they'd rather come for both weeks. We've already for our little bit of a survey we did so far. So we'll figure it out. If there's
And still the desert race, and then followed by
a desert race with a Class 11 showdown again. Talking to some 1450 guys, the Terror Crew guys. We're talking to Gas is coming, so Lee and Poppy will bring Gas, Great American Short Course. They'll practice on Sunday night and then race all day Monday, and then into Monday evening is their main race day.
nice.
And that might confuse people because they're going to think, where's we going to qualify at? Because we're qualifying on Chocolate Thunder. And we're going to go up Chocolate Thunder all the way around the mountain and back down Idle Issues to the finish line. And we're going to have multiple cars on course.
At the same time.
At the same time, but not before you've cleared Chocolate Thunder. Like I would never send another car after a car that was still on Chocolate Thunder. Dust will be cleared on Chocolate Thunder before the next car goes.
Yeah. That's going to be an interesting qualifying course.
All I've really guaranteed is Chocolate Thunder is going to change 798 more times between now and then.
Yeah, and it's bad right now. I don't know if you've been over there.
It's fun.
Like boulders fell down in it.
Mother
Yeah.
Nature's been here.
Yeah, big time.
So if we're doing that at Chocolate Thunder, I believe that the shootout should be at back door. So that's what we're going to do.
Nice.
Derek Baker and I have pre-run and figured out that we can get our forklift up in the back door to lift the cars off. So feel free to heckle Derek while he's doing that work. Do not throw things at Derek.
I can
please.
tell everybody that is not one of the obstacles that got filled in by the storms. That is to the bottom bedrock.
Yes.
There's no fill in whatsoever.
Yep.
As of 2 days ago.
That's all true.
Yeah.
Short course, Chocolate Thunder. The backdoor shootout's actually going to be on Tuesday night, not Monday night because of the short course stuff on Monday.
Yep.
And I've reached out to the commissioner of the Ultra 3 sanctioning body to petition them to move their racing to Monday, but I think they're out of the country. Heard rumor of Ultra 3 International starting. So I'm proud of them. I mean, they really killed it. So.
Cool.
We'll figure out when Ultra 3 when Ultra 3's race will be, but I'm not sure yet.
Cool. Okay.
You know about Ultra 3 at all?
No, I don't.
Bummer.
What is it?
It's wild.
Yeah, they know about it. You don't. You're old. Sorry.
We got a few questions if now's a good time.
Sure.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
One, George Kane. Would it be possible to have an FM or AM race channel, KOH radio channel that plays during the race that announcers can, info announcers that can only be heard on the wake bed like Pirate 4x4 did long ago?
Absolutely. It's good to hear from George. I haven't seen George in a while, so nice to hear from you, George. And yeah, I know we still have the FM transmitter.
I like that idea because it keeps them off the race radio channel.
100% set it up. Yeah, no problem at all.
Mitch Hoover, as a racer, how do we take part in design in said shirt?
Make your design and get ready to submit it when it's time to register. And if you need it designed, there'll be an email link in the registration process. You'll reach out to the company that we do I believe it's Eastwinds. And they're phenomenal crew there. They'll do the artwork for you and then provide the shirts.
Is it full color?
Four color back.
color.
Four
Okay.
color back. I believe we're only a 1 color front and a 4 color back. And I think there's 2 different blanks or 3 different blanks, like a black, a gray, and a white or something like that. But Roxy's doing all that stuff.
Okay, that's cool. So you can put your car on there, your face, your number, your sponsors.
It's your artwork.
Yeah.
The back. It's got to pass BLM approval. Is that what you said?
We have to put Jordan's face on it.
Well, you also have to pass BLM approval.
BLM approval.
There is that.
Meaning
so,
like no naked people and
yes.
like dumb stuff.
Yeah, just curse words,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Okay.
Which you don't want anyway. We're
Yes.
trying to create a
Yeah,
positive.
come on.
Yeah.
Set a good example.
So how do I purchase the tickets? Would like to get one connected to Tony since his videos are what introduced me to this world.
Nice.
Rad.
Sounds good. So you have to wait for me to sign up.
So don't buy your ticket right now because Tony hasn't registered yet because registration isn't open yet.
Not quite.
There's going to be a lot of noise made in about 5 days because we haven't even talked about any of these emails on social media. So now all the stuff I'm telling you, there's only like 5,000 people that really knew. And now you guys know, and I'm sure this will probably get played back a couple times. So,
Yeah, so really they got to wait like a week or so, maybe 2.
By next Wednesday, we will have registration open, which means that
For the drivers.
For the drivers, as soon as you, Tony, go in, then you're going to have promotional material. You'll be able to send out a link to your followers and say, hey, I'm open now. Come check. Come if you want to get your KOH ticket, buy it from here.
Yep.
And it'll be a link. Buy, done,
Yep.
move on.
Cool. I will have it done.
Contreras says qualifying at Chocolate Thunder, double question mark.
Yes, yes, Albert. I love you, brother.
Man.
And for all classes.
For all classes.
Oh my goodness.
That'd be fun.
I remember we did it back in 2012 or 13.
We did.
Yeah, that was crazy stuff.
Nick Nelson, I believe, qualified in the poll that year.
Yeah.
And I remember him. There's for the OG guys. There's like a dune back there that makes an incredible jump. And if we can get that lined up this year, that make you go off that, it'll be like a Huckfest jump in the middle of qualifying. It'd be pretty rad.
Yeah.
Natural.
Oh, is it starting to rain?
Oh, it's raining,
nice.
yeah. Hey, Donnie, pull my bed inside. I slept outside last night. It was so rad.
People also want to know when the KOH pre-show is.
I don't know. Sometime in January.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten that
You'll
far.
sufficiently announce it.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I didn't even know I was doing this.
Right, did too.
I knew I was doing
an hour
this.
ago.
I knew I was doing this 3 days ago. I
Yeah.
didn't even know what my messaging was going to be
Yeah.
until an hour ago, and we decided internally in the team we could pull it off.
Nice.
We're like literally redoing the website, making a new vendor portal.
That's awesome.
It's been a
good.
bit of a challenge.
It's good.
We have a request for KOH DVDs to be brought back. I miss watching them to release and supporting Ultra 4 in that way. Plus, I need new vids to play in the shop while I wrench.
Oh.
So do they want DVDs made of new content, or do they want the old DVDs for sale?
I'm thinking new DVDs yearly.
Oof.
I know, I like those too.
Okay, I'll figure it out then. If there's a market for it, I'll still sell them, I guess. Yeah, I can tell you why we stopped, and that's the only reason we stopped. It's way more expensive to do TV. So it's TV, movie, TV, DVD, online. Jamie, back me up as far as expense per minute to produce. Because when you're doing live, there's no post. When you're doing DVD, it's a mild post edit. When you're doing TV, there's color correction and sound stuff and licensing and everything else. When you're doing movie, it's bonkers. So it's a lot more expensive to do a DVD than it is to, I mean, probably 600 grand into the live show. It's probably legitimately, I don't know.
Could the live
I don't
show
know.
just be captured and put onto a DVD?
I'm going to talk to my DVD whisperer.
I mean, you're almost better off taking your own content similar to what we do and like putting it in your own little portal.
Do you want me to tell you about your own little portal that I want to do? And I think I figured out. And I say it's not me. Actually, there's an idea, but smart people figure out how to do it.
Yes.
We are going to be able to catalog people's content live during the race. So therefore, I can create a Jordan Pellegrino channel in every single place that Jordan is actively on the live show, whether it be his forward camera, his backward camera, the helicopter, a drone, a stick camera, the forward camera from Tony's car, the backward camera from Lauren Healy's car, whatever gets that shot, if it is visually confirmed that that's 97,
98.
right? 98, see, that's going to be a problem. 97 is Jeremy Hammer. 97 is Jeremy Hammer. Very similar people, Jeremy Hammer and Jordan Pellegrino. Then you'd be able to subscribe to the Jordan Pellegrino channel, of which, of course, Jordan would get proceeds from, and you'd be able to watch every place that he ever pops up because we're auto-indexing all the footage.
Wow. Wow. Sounds like some hard drive space.
That's some stuff we're working on too. That might be 2 years out, but it might be this year in a limited fashion.
That's cool.
That's cool.
What else you got?
Another question. If we are racing for a charity, is there a way to highlight the charity to raise money? Jeff and I are racing for CF America.
Yes, absolutely. So the way you can do that is you can do the team shirt. The easiest way for me to be able to give it to you right now is do the team shirt and you can do multiple versions of your team shirt. We were talking about this earlier. Like, there's guys that are going to make a team shirt and 5 people are going to buy it. There are people. First question about commercial drivers. We have pro drivers now that have the reach and the ability to drop 20,000 shirts in the marketplace. That's not a stretch for some people. If that's the case, that's $300,000 that you're pulling off out of that. That's not bad change if you could sell those shirts. And so from a charity standpoint, if you want to come to me with a charity standpoint, I will give you my half. I have $9.25 out of the deal. If you're a charity, I'll give you my $9.25 too. So all $24 will come into the charity. We'll figure that out. I don't know how to make it up, but come to me with 501c3. We'll sort it out, and I'll get you both halves of both sides of the money.
That's cool.
And I'm sure Rick, our T-shirt printer, is going to home going, oh yeah, well, F you, Dave. I'll give him my side too. So we'll figure out a way that like 100% of the T-shirt price goes to a 501c3. So I'll work on it.
That's cool. That's awesome.
I'm making crap up, but that's what I do.
Does the driver need to be registered early to do the shirt deal?
No, they have to be registered on time.
Early as possible.
Which is early for them, right?
Yes.
Which is early for them. Gonna have to commit.
Yeah, we haven't even opened registration yet, which
Yeah.
is the reason why we're telling you about this and not opening this, because we have to open registration first. And I'm actually telling you, don't buy tickets right now.
Yeah.
I'd rather you tie your ticket purchase to a driver and I give them money. And I will probably, in fact, I definitely will. I think we've already sold about 2,500 tickets. And I will definitely find a way to reach out to those 2,500 people and have them be able to affiliate to a driver, and the back ticket sales can be affiliated as well.
Nice.
We have one from Tony.
Oh boy.
Keena Peterson would like to know, does that mean Tony is racing this year?
Yeah. Inquiring minds, right? I think it does mean that. Yes. I think so. So, yeah. Thank you for your support.
Well, there you go. Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back
I
in.
still love it, you know. So,
Tony, will you have a link to ticket sale with Jordan's race car on your website? Or yours, apparently.
yeah, or mine. Yeah.
Yes, they'll have the
we
ability to do
definitely
that.
will. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Trust us, we'll be pushing it out on every means necessary.
And actually, we should also talk about the new app we just launched. So if you go to the App Store for your Android or your iPhone, you can download the GenRight app, and I know that there will be definitely links and portals for signing up for KOH and tickets and the whole thing. So yeah, definitely download that, and that's the whole network of information from GenRight for sure. So.
We had Chris May just hop on. He's probably going to watch this from the beginning.
Yeah. Hi, Chris. Yes, there's kids racing too. We're going to race Ultra 4 kids carts on Wednesday night. So we did that for a reason. There'll be kids races for gas on Sunday, Monday that you can probably double up in, but I didn't want to make Ultra 4 kids have to miss like the entire week of school. So you could just show up to watch your family members race and come in Wednesday, race Wednesday night, or Wednesday night or Thursday night, I can't remember. It's Thursday night after UTVs. Thursday night on the short course, we're going to do kids racing.
Awesome.
That's cool.
Yep.
We're getting a lot of comments that they downloaded the app and they like it.
Oh, good. Good. We're still populating it. So yeah, just keep checking it. Lots of cool stuff to come.
Is this resonating with people?
It seems like it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
This is the first we're saying it to anybody.
Yeah. And I'm excited about it. So this is a good
So
move.
yeah, any feedback, if we're missing this, if anybody's hearing this and there's a gap or there's something we're missing, I tend to do that, but we'll fix it.
People can comment that they can hear thunder rumbling.
Yeah, that just did.
You can smell the rain.
I know, it smells awesome.
When you close out of here, Jamie, turn around and face out there to the rain. You can see the rain
Yeah.
blowing across the desert.
If you guys have never been out here for the rain, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
No smell like it. And if you missed earlier, we were out here last Thursday ripping around, and there are some gargantuan rain ruts. So
Yes.
when you do come out,
Enders.
go easy.
Like trophy truck breakers.
Yeah.
And I can say that because it's a general term because they're not racing with me, because there's trophy trucks that go around here all the time. And there's a new gully and it's like 6 feet deep now
Yeah.
instead of 3 feet deep.
Yeah.
Is that the one that I went the wrong way in and the gully?
Oh, that's what he's talking about. Yeah, it's like the size of your Jeep. Yes.
And then I drove into.
Yes.
Not like crashed.
No, but
I drove
yeah,
into
you made the wrong turn. Yeah.
Not the right
Yeah.
place.
Yep. People want to know if there's any bands lined up this year. Is Hired Gun going to play again?
Said someone in Hired Gun.
Mark Shaneman.
Hired Gun Trio is definitely playing, because if they don't, then I don't have a website or a technic CTO or a volunteer coordinator.
So apparently
So
they're
yes,
fairly key.
100% Hired Gun Trio is playing permanently at King of the Hammers.
Anybody else you want to mention? Any?
No,
No. Okay.
my personal band that I would like to play this year is Blues Traveler.
Oh.
I decided that that's my personal choice for this year.
Still gotta secure it.
I'm sure Sublime's coming back, because I've been very fortunate to end up becoming able friends guys. They're really cool people, and
Cool.
they dig being out here. They just like coming out and hanging out. So I'm sure they'll come out for the race. Whether they'll play a full gig or not, I don't know.
Nice.
There's people, I guess they were late to the party, want to know when they can order the shirts.
The shirts will be open when everything opens next Wednesday to Friday. So everybody just kind of give the pause button.
Yeah, at
until
least a
Wednesday.
week. Yeah.
However, at Off-Road Expo this weekend, your brother, Tim,
Yeah.
is running our merchandise booth and the activation, and you can buy your golden ticket, your ticket to King of the Hammers. You can buy it right there. We have ticket numbers like 3,000 to 3,500 we pulled out of a line, and Tim physically has them in Pomona. And so if you go to Off-Road Expo this weekend, you can get your ticket and do the things.
So then how do we get it related to a driver?
The same way that I'm going to backfill to the 2,200
Get those
that have
email
already been
addresses.
sold. Yes.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yep.
Also worth mentioning, Jordan's car will be on display there.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Now you're pot committed. If you're worried about committing to a carby there, look what I just did.
The same guy did say he was talking about $25 tickets for life. He apologizes for not.
Well, there you go, Bubba. That actually helps, because I've been terrified to bring that up. Like, terrified to bring that up. The concept of the collective, it's going to save us.
I mean, my AMA membership does the same thing. You can buy every year, or you can
Buy
spend
lifetime.
more, and you got a lifetime. Yeah, same deal.
And it'll be AMA riders, AMA series races
For the
King of the Motos.
motos. Cool. That's cool.
Michael McGarity from Corva. Does this mean Corva needs to design a shirt and get members to indicate they're coming?
And if you do that, Michael, then it'll be $24.50 for every T-shirt you get.
Nice. Back to Corva.
Yes.
Yes, that's cool. That's cool.
Any info of where to watch the shootout from? The last couple of years, the hillside of Backdoor has been roped off. Also, Backdoor be an option during the race this year.
I can't speak to the race, not to be coy. I haven't made up the race course yet. Backdoor shootout's going to be in Backdoor, so you're going to want to be in Backdoor to watch it. And whether or not it's open for regular racing, it will certainly be open that night. However, the reason we left going to Backdoor is because it was getting gnarly. As far as rock sliding down, we need to be very careful of that. I need to be really clear about what our boundaries are and how we do stuff in crowd management. And I'm imploring everybody to help me the best you can that night. Get in, get out safely, help me pick up the trash. And if you help me pick up the trash and help us get that place cleaned up and everybody goes home safely from that, I'll keep coming back there every year. But it is insane what happens in there afterwards.
Well, and I'll speak to this. I mean, if you come out to KOH, you better clean up after yourself. It's ridiculous.
So you want to hear something cool? I was in my meeting today with the local government and the state government, federal government. They have like a local community stuff. So like the fire chief and the police chief, and they all meet. And around this time, I start going to them so we can start interconnecting the community to what's going on.
Sure.
What was I talking about?
The cleanup?
Oh yeah, so National Parks is there, and I just challenged Joshua Tree National Park
Yeah.
to a cleanup. we're going to clean up here, and they're going to clean up there, and then we're going to switch, and we're going to see who can clean up again. And whoever can find the most trash after we've done the first cleanup, that was the loser winner. Make sense?
Nice. Yeah.
They're going to come here, and they're going to see how we can take care of our parks.
Yeah.
And we're going to go there and help them with theirs, because there's some problems. There's places they can't get to.
Yeah.
And we're going to help.
Yeah.
And not vehicles. We're going to just do the things. We know what to do.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
When it comes to here,
different cultures.
When it comes to here, it's a pack it in, pack it out. Like there's nobody here to clean up after you. Just keep track of your junk and bring it home.
Absolutely.
So yeah, even on the off weekends, I'm tired of seeing trash out here.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
It's getting better.
It is better. It is better.
Yeah.
But I want to get that word out and let people know that is not cool. You got to take that stuff with you. What else you got? Jeff staring at the screen hard.
We have no other questions right now.
Really? On either?
Yep.
Okay, cool. How are we doing on time?
We have 1 minute to spare.
We did good. We did good. All right. Yeah, I mean, I'll give you guys another minute to throw questions in if you want to talk about the.
Why don't you turn the camera and watch the trophy truck?
Oh
go
yeah,
by
there's
out there.
somebody coming. Yeah.
And,
Can you spin that around?
Would like us to remind us on the GenRight app, make sure you go to GenRight Nation and sign up as a user.
Yes,
That's how
that.
you'll get all the notifications.
Yes, that's important.
How far can you go?
Can you? Yeah, you can go a little ways.
Like that.
About there.
It's the
There you go.
Is
Can
that
you
Kyle
see?
Murray?
Can you zoom in way out there?
It might be Kyle Murray.
Because you can see the headlights coming.
Or you can try to see it. You just leave her there.
So for those of you that can hear us, you're looking out onto the great valley of Johnson Valley here, and the race course runs way out to those mountains you can see.
We have one more question for Dave Cole.
Yeah.
Will Dave Cole run presidency? Your dedication, love, and work you put into KOH is nothing short of amazing. Love KOH since the first OGs mentioned on Pirate. Plan on making my first trip in 23.
Nice.
Who is that?
NDC Jeepsmith on YouTube.
What was he on? What was he on Pirate back in the day then?
What was your pirate handle?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And I'll really throw down here if he tells me what my name on Pirate was, and if he tells me what's happening. If it's a twofer here. If you tell me what my screen name on Pirate was, that guy, not everybody else, that guy, then I'll give you a free ticket to King of the Hammers. And if you tell me what's happening at the end of October regarding Pirate, I'll give you a sweatshirt.
Nice.
But you got to tell me what's happening at the end of October. That's going to be the hard one.
Nice.
And the first person to say what's happening at the end of October, I'll give the sweatshirt to. Regarding
cool.
Pirate.
That's cool. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. We appreciate it and appreciate all the questions. Join us next Wednesday for another edition of this. And till then, have a great rest of the week.
Appreciate it, everybody. Did you get it?
He said his name was Jeep_boy02.
Jeep Boy 02. I don't remember him, but that's fine. That's cool. It's a long time ago. If I did, that'd be